Good evening, my Real News Media TV family. Welcome back to the channel for another news update. And in the news this evening, St. Catherine teacher charged with raping student. A St. Catherine teacher accused of sexually assaulting a student on multiple occasions has been charged with rape. He is 42-year-old Stephen Cunningham of Main Road, Gregory Park, St. Catherine. Allegations are that sometime in March 2024, Cunningham on more than one occasion held down a female student and raped her while she was attending classes. A report was made and an investigation launched by detectives assigned to the Center of Sexual Offenses and Child Abuse. Cunningham was later taken into custody and charged following a question and answer session in the presence of his attorney. A court date is being arranged for him. Taxi operator and the passengers hospitalized after Harborview crash. A taxi operator has been hospitalized following an accident in the vicinity of Bayshore Park in Harborview, St. Andrew, Wednesday afternoon. It is understood that the passengers from the taxi have also been hospitalized, however, it is not clear how many. Eyewitnesses say the taxi and the red Toyota Isuzu motor van were heading in the same direction when the Isuzu ran into the back of the taxi. Mother's hand severed during domestic dispute with a child's dad. A 21-year-old woman is hospitalized in serious condition after her child's father is alleged to have completely severed her hand during a domestic dispute in Petersfield, Westmoreland on the weekend. The news understands that the female, who resides in Shrewsbury in the parish, was physically assaulted during the brawl that transpired in front of the Petersfield High School at 5 p.m. Reports from the police are that both parties had a domestic dispute where the suspect confronted the complainant and used the machete to chop off her right hand, completely severing it. He also reportedly stabbed her several times on her head and other parts of her body. The complainant was rushed to the hospital where she was admitted in a serious condition. Investigations are ongoing. Bartender gunned down in Pembroke Hall, suspects on the run. The police are seeking 3 suspects in relation to the murder of a 45-year-old bartender who was gunned down during a daring daylight heist at a bar in Pembroke Hall, Kingston on Tuesday afternoon. Julian Brown, a businesswoman of Spanish Town, St. Catherine, was shot and killed at her business establishment on Chichona Avenue in Pembroke Hall in the parish. Reports from the Duhaney Park Police are that about 1:40 p.m., Brown was inside her bar when 3 men approached her and demanded money. When their demands were not met, one of the men opened gunfire at Brown before they escaped in the area. The police were summoned and Brown was taken to the hospital where she was pronounced dead. Anecdotal reports are that Brown named her killer before she succumbed to her injuries. The perpetrators reportedly destroyed the surveillance footage in the bar during the heist. Sources indicate that the police are following strong leads in relation to the murder. The police have a suspect, a local man, who comes from the Pembroke Hall area. He was the one who brought the 2 boys with him, so the police are aware that he was involved and are seeking him now, the source told the news. Couple referred to mediation after man allegedly threatens woman with a chopper. A recently separated common-law couple was referred to mediation in an assault case after it was alleged that a man held a knife to the woman's throat after she reportedly visited a sick friend. It is alleged that on March 17, the complainant went to a friend's house who was sick to look after her. While there, she reportedly received multiple missed calls from the accused Dwight Gale. The complainant alleges that by the time she attempted to return Gale's calls, he turned up to the friend's house and was seen coming out of a car with a chopper, court documents said. Gale reportedly held the knife to the complainant's neck and said, "May we kill you, may we kill you." A report was made to the police and Gale was charged with assault at common law and making threats. The lawyer representing Gale made a suggestion for mediation. Senior Parish Judge Sanche Borrell inquired if the complainant was afraid of the accused, to which she responded in the negative. The matter was then referred to restorative justice and is set for mention on June 23, 2024. Cops retrieve a stolen 800-pound bull in St. Elizabeth 2 in custody. The St. Elizabeth police have arrested 2 people who reportedly stole an 800-pound bull from its owner in Tatchfield in the parish last weekend. Reports are that on Saturday, the bull was stolen and the police alerted. With a swift action, the truck in which the bull was reportedly being transported was intercepted by the police and the animal returned to its owner. The police said that the identities of the 2 people who were arrested are being withheld, as they are searching for another individual who they believe is directly involved in the larceny of the bull. Medical doctor arrested as the police probe Klansman gang. A popular medical doctor in Spanish Town, St. Catherine, has been arrested by the police as part of its ongoing investigation into the Klansman gang. 22 alleged members of the gang have already been arrested and are currently before the Home Circuit Court. Those defendants, along with alleged gang leader Tesher Miller, are to return to court on Thursday. The accused men who are charged under the Criminal Justice Suppression of Criminal Organizations Act, commonly called the anti-gang legislation, are alleged to have participated in several criminal activities between August 5, 2017 and August 22, 2022 in St. Catherine as alleged members of the Klansman gang. The charges against them include murder, conspiracy to murder, attempted murder, robbery with aggravation, illegal possession of firearm, and illegal possession of ammunition. The doctor, however, was recently arrested and is to face an identification parade. Policeman injured while trying to foil robbery at a plaza in Halfway Tree. A member of the Jamaica Constabulary Force suffered injuries on Wednesday afternoon while attempting to foil an armed robbery at a plaza in Halfway Tree, St. Andrew. The news was informed that about 12:15 p.m., the policeman walked into a robbery at an electronics store at the Central Plaza. This led to an exchange of gunfire between him and the robbers. During the shootout, the policeman was injured in both arms. It was initially reported that he was shot by the hoodlums, but a senior commander told the news that the injuries were not caused by the gunfire. He was treated at a medical facility and released. It's believed that one of the gunmen was shot in the exchange. The news was informed that the owner of the electronics store was severely beaten by the robbers and has been hospitalized for treatment. A manhunt has been launched for the robbers. On Monday, Police Constable Ricardo Fairclough was shot dead when he attempted to foil a robbery in St. Anne. Pressure on 4 latest IC reports to be promptly tabled when Parliament resumes the sittings. Jamaicans for Justice says a delay in the tabling of the 5 Integrity Commission reports sent to Parliament on Tuesday will create a further distrust of the government by members of the public. The Integrity Commission submitted to Parliament 5 reports of investigation, together with associated indicative rulings from the Commission's Director of Corruption Prosecution. The documents were formally received and signed for at Gordon House at 11:22 Tuesday morning. The indicative rulings were also similarly addressed and submitted in separate envelopes. Executive Director of Jamaicans for Justice, Michael Jackson, responding to the news, said the reports should not be sent to an oversight committee of Parliament, but should be tabled immediately when Parliament resumes.
The public is looking on, and if these reports are not tabled as soon as is reasonable, then the questions are going to be raised yet again from the public, and I think the public may have complete distrust of the government and the very institution, that there may be some things that they are hiding, and you don't want this conversation about the conflict of interest to continue, because quite frankly it does not bode well for good governance.
Daniel Archer, Principal Director of National Integrity Action, also said any delay in tabling the Integrity Commission reports will come across as the government being secretive and deliberate.
How long before we hear what's in those reports? And the public ought to know that the only way the public will know what's in those reports are when they're tabled. And as far as the law seems to say, I don't think it's appropriate to send it to be reviewed by any particular committee. The work has been done. People have been paid to do a particular job. They have tendered those reports, and they should be tabled with alacrity. If not, then questions will continue to swirl that the purpose of the Speaker being in unison at that particular office is to protect the interests of the governing party and not to make sure that the public is aware of what is happening within the different spheres of government.